I'm painting a chair today. Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California. And I'm thinking, I've had such great comments, like on the chair garden, because I'm trying to make life easier. You know, let me explain something. It actually wasn't 100% me that wanted to do changes. I think what happened was I started to think about it. And as Gary was helping me, because I had the cataract surgery on both eyes, so I had to really take it easy. And he was helping me water the garden. That's when he realized this is ridiculous. He said he couldn't do this. It was just too hard. Because you're running around from one place to the other place, trying to water and drag these heavy hoses, which he realized a while ago because there was only one faucet. And then he split the faucet. He made another faucet for me so I wouldn't have to drag it so far. Didn't seem to work out that well. I was still dragging it. But it just, now that he was actually doing it every day, it was like, you can't do this. This is ridiculous. And it is. Remember, he doesn't want to water. He plants his garden and he just goes for it. He plants them and whatever makes it pretty much. And he waters, in the summer, he probably waters 2, maybe 3 times a week. And in the winter, sometimes he doesn't water for weeks, depending on how much rain we've got. It's so thickly planted that the plants and the wood chips and everything create such a mulch. It will really hold the water really, really well. So when he had to come here every day, and then sometimes I was walking out to water, just to walk around a little bit. See, I've got hoses everywhere. That's when we started talking more and more. I know he wants to start getting wood chips at some point. He's clearing up his garden. He wants to bring in more. That he said, this is ridiculous. You don't need the long driveway when you have everything else. So a lot of you have been throwing great ideas. Like on the chair garden, you said, why don't you make a double layer? And I thought about that a while ago. I was going to make a second chair garden. And the double layer would be, you line up the chairs like they are here, and then you put another layer behind it. So it would be chairs back to back. And this way you could still reach over and water the ones behind it, but you create too much space underneath. Right now I have a small amount of space under each chair. See the space? I haven't put all the buckets back yet, but I'm working on it. Right under the chair. It's so small and still so open that it deters a lot of rats and squirrels because they know that a coyote, hawks, because it's so small, can still see them, and they know when they run out, something might grab them. But if I gave them double the space, and where we live, now if you're in a regular garden, you don't have to worry about it, you know, in the city and everything. And we're in the city, but we're just above it. So the point is that if I create too much space, that is space for them to hide, I could end up with more critters than I want around. So that was one thought. Doesn't mean it's gonna, you know, be bad, because I could drape tulle around it and I can stop them that way, like I stopped them going in there, and I've got tulle in the tunnel over there, and that there's ways of deterring them. But I also like to see the backs of my chairs when I'm walking around. That to me is really nice. So I lose a little color, I gain a little color. And there is another place I want to set up a garden anyways, and that's in the bird garden on the other side where I don't feed the birds. I'm changing things around. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with that. Now, am I going to go full on color like I do everything else? I probably would have, you know, all the chairs different colors like I did in the rainbow garden. See, I painted them light purple, whatever colors I picked up for 50 cents at Home Depot and Lowe's. Red, green, yellow. This is all colors I either bought. And if you buy the little canisters, they're what, 8 ounces? I order them online and they send them to you for free because they think you're going to paint the house. Red? Well, whatever. They send it to you. They're like $5. That's not bad because look how far it goes. You know, I've done the truck bed with this, but using a little brush, I don't waste any paint. So I bought some colors, and then most of the colors, I'll walk in there and find this bright yellow or a weird green or some blues. I've actually found them at the store. People tested them. It wasn't the exact color they wanted, and I think they're allowed to return it and get their money back. There's something, they've got some deal when you're buying tester paint. So most of the chairs, I'm going to say 80% of the chairs are painted with tester paint. And the 8 ounces for these chairs gives me 2 to 3 chairs depending on how many coats I put on them. So that's how it goes with the chairs. Now with this, I picked this up, I think it's $9, and this is a gallon, and I painted the whole truck bed. There was a couple places I want to touch up. And then I got left with all this, and I know it says it's metal paint, but let me tell you something. If it sticks to metal, it most certainly is going to stick to plastic, and it is, because I've already painted a chair. I don't know if you can see it through there. There's one there, and I'm going to paint a whole bunch, and I thought I'd line these up with maybe different color totes in the bird garden, something that goes along with the garden. And then again, by putting a chair garden in a horseshoe fashion, it's going to be just walk over and just water everything. Here I have to walk, but you know, it's such a short walk, see? And so it literally also takes me 10 minutes to water this garden, and there's the hose. So all in all, I'm really happy with it. Oh, Gary's back. He's been running around doing things all morning. So that's why I decided to go on the changes. Not because I thought it was really super hard, but because I'm gonna go get breakfast. He did this early, he had to go to dump stuff. Oh, he's going back down. That must mean he's doing another load. They're giving, it's pickup today. I mean, you go somewhere and it's all free and it's close by, so he's dumping stuff. He's trimming trees and getting rid of stuff he can't use. I don't know where Zoe is. Zoe? She's been sitting here screaming at me. There she is, Zoe. You would think she's dying there. You're 3 feet from me. Yes, Gary's home. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. So that's why I'm changing things around. But the chair garden, so many of you came in and told me how great the chair garden was, and you've got one. I know, easy to maintain, easy to take care of your plants, easy to water, easy to plant. If you need a wheelbarrow, if you need just buckets to move soil, it's all right there. It's the easiest garden you can possibly do. So that is why I'm doing some changes. And I'm going to change up a couple things in here. I think I'm actually going to bring some turmeric in here. I've got turmeric growing everywhere, but there's a couple places that I think squirrels have found it and thought, ooh, the green leaves taste good. I didn't know they taste good. So I'm going to move that here. I'm going to finish up this. What I do on the chairs is I paint part of it, so I don't have to make a big deal out of it. And then I walk away, not trying to touch it. Oh, am I going to get paint on me? I walk away, close the lid, and then if I can come back the same day or another day, I continue to paint a little bit more, and it works out really good. So it's kind of in steps. So I painted a little bit more on this one. I can see some touch-ups, but you can't paint, see this is wet. You can't paint wet on wet because all you're doing is smearing the paint. Once it dries in a couple hours, you can go back and hit it again. Usually takes me, doing it leisurely like this, 3 times to complete the entire chair, because next time I can come back and flip this upside down and hold it on my lap and paint it, and then I can put it down, and then the 3rd time I come back and see anything I've missed. I mean, I see things I've missed down here. So this is going to be really good. I've seen the legs, but I can flip that and do that on my lap, and it makes it much easier because these are light. It's amazing. This one was made in Taiwan. That's how old these are, and this one was made in the USA. Are they still making chairs in the USA? So I'm really pleased with it. It's stuff I've picked up. You've seen it around the yard. Now I'm going to collect them, paint them, and I also painted some flower pots. So if you see a metal paint reduced, keep in mind, it works really good on plastic. I'm really pleased. And all those tester paints, remember, this is years old. And the one, my chair garden is even older. Those chairs were painted 15 plus years ago. It really sticks to this plastic. That's what is so great. It sticks really good. Now, if you don't care, 1 coat is more than enough. Even though you might be able to slightly see through, let me tell you something. When these chairs start to break down and they're giving off white, it really holds the paint fantastic. So I have found out that 1 coat for me is good. I just want to make sure I cover the whole chair. And of course, when I go back and I look, I can think, oh, I'll touch up a little bit more here and there. And you don't have to do the bottom because you won't see it, but that's up to you if you want to. I don't know, you're not going to protect the chair, but that's up to you. You have to paint it the way you want. I'm sitting right here. You've been screaming. I'm sure the whole neighborhood has heard you, thinking you're dying because you're 3 feet from me. Here's the problem. I can't bring you out here because I had a coyote sitting here and wandering around at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon and just sitting and looking. Now, they're looking for rabbits because this place is loaded with rabbits, but I can't take any chances. Really? You're going to tell the camera and everybody that you're a crybaby? Maybe she wanted the, whoops, maybe she wanted the camera on her. I don't know. Anyways, I'm pretty much done. I might paint this plastic container too and give it a little purple color. And I'll see how it goes. But this is just a beautiful place to sit. See, the sun hasn't come over into the rainbow garden yet. So I'm doing good. Gary's doing good. He is busy. I hear him loading up the truck. Well, there must not be a lot of people there. Do you know what I think? This is what I think. Normally goes there and there's a long line and he may have to wait an hour when they do these, what do you call it? I don't know what you call it, like recycling, or you can dump your waste and different things you've got around the garden. He could wait there an hour, but I think everybody's on vacation. They're going away. So he went there this morning. He said, I was the only one there. And then one other person showed up. So that's what's going on. Now he's got the opportunity to get rid of things he really doesn't want. I don't have a lot of stuff I want to get rid of, because like my lids that are there that I cover the totes with, the tools off, I'm not going to throw those away. I just pull off the old tool that's from 2-3 years ago and staple on more. And then if I don't like the way something looks, I paint it. So I don't have a lot to throw out. All right. So I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. This is just so peaceful and relaxing. And I love my little 1-inch makeup brush. I'll tell you, by doing it this way, you can't believe how much paint I save, because when you use a big brush, or especially a roller, more paint goes down the sink when you're washing your brushes, you know, that you could be utilizing for whatever projects you're using. And I have learned this years ago. It's how I painted a whole bathroom for like $15 by using a bunch of tester paint and using one of these brushes. Look at the face. She's like, please. I can't. This is for your safety and for my sanity. Okay? That's why you have to stay there. So have a great day. Don't forget to eat what you grow. And there's still plenty in here that we're eating. I did leave a lot of milkweed, but I do have walking onions. I've been making potato salad. I'm growing a lot of potatoes back there now in buckets. I may do more potatoes on the front here. I haven't decided yet, because the potatoes are working out really, really good here. So with that, have a wonderful day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Oh my gosh, that tongue. Gardening. This is too much already. This is way too much gardening. I am done.
Robbie? No, Robbie. Don't stop gardening.
Okay.
Okay.
Seriously, this is too much for some people. And I'm going to show you how you can do all this 100 times easier. Come on, I'll show you how you can garden. No excuses. What the issue is, anybody can garden. Come with me. And though that was a joke a few years ago, it's really not a joke. The chair garden is nothing to take care of. Literally minutes a day. I think everyone should set up some sort of chair garden in a fashion that will work for you.